Alrighty, so back to our layer of the epidermis. Okay, so stratum basale, okay, spinosum, granulosum, lucidum, corneum. Okay, the top layer, corneum, means corneocyte, which basically means dead skin. Okay, this whole process is called keratinization. Okay, so it is that process of things turning to keratin. Okay, so it means it's going hard. It's lost all of its nutrients. Yeah, so like keratin is a hard protein. We put it into our hair to make our hair nice and straight, to fill up the holes. Okay, your skin becomes a hard keratinized cell, right? We have our hair follicle with our sebaceous glands that obviously fills up with oil. Okay, we all have sebaceous glands. So for every hair follicle, there is a sebaceous gland attached. The amount of sebum that sits in this little cauliflower-like nodule depends on age, depends on genetics, depends on hormones, depends on medications. Okay, because a hair follicle, okay, so if we draw a little hair, what's it attached to? Blood. Okay, which means anything you put in your body is going to affect it. In summer, does your hair grow faster or slower? Faster. Why?
Because it's warm.
It's hotter. More heat, more blood flow. In winter, it's cold, everything's slowed down, everything sort of shrivels up a little bit, yeah? So, yeah. All right. So if we go back to our main basale cell, our mother cell, which becomes our daughter cell, and we go through cell mitosis or cell division. Okay, so this one is changing and it is making its way up through cell differentiation. So it's going through different stages of its life. Okay, and we're going to estimate it takes around about 30 days for it to get to that point. A couple of things. If you try a new product, how long is it going to take for your skin to actually have any change?
Well, depends on your age.
It does, but at least a minimum of generally 30 days.
Yeah.
Minimum. So when your client takes home a sample that's got a whole 3 mils in the product, okay, and they go, it didn't work. No, it's not going to. Okay, it's not going to. If you use a product once, it is not going to do anything to your skin. Okay, because all it's doing is coming here and sitting on the surface until you wash your face the next day. It's not penetrating. It's not doing anything. We need to continuously put the same active ingredients into the skin with good quality delivery systems that allows it to get to where we need it to be to then make a change in the skin. To allow this to go from here to the top for a minimum of 30 days. And that is one cell turnover. So that is one lot of cells making its way up. Okay? So 30 days minimum. All right? If you want to see consistent change, you have to stay with it. Okay? Now, I'll talk about skin types in a second. All right? Our clients come into us and they have a facial. Okay, and you give them a beautiful, let's use what we did last week, of microdermabrasion. Okay, you've done this beautiful treatment, you've penetrated all these products in, their skins are nice and plump because you've used sonophoresis, I'll go into that later, and we've penetrated it all down into those deeper cells and we've plumped up and we've filled up that nice sponge of our dermis, yeah? Okay, how long is it going to last?
Until you wash it off.
Until you wash it off. It may have gotten down, yeah. It will have gotten down, but how long is it going to last? It's only going to last as good as it went down. So if it gets to, say, maybe the stratum granulosum and plumps this up a little bit, that's eventually going to get to the top. And it's eventually going to die off. So what do we need our clients to do? Skincare at home. Okay? It is not recommending to sell products. It is recommending to give your clients the ultimate result. Okay? If they want to spend $300 on a facial, they can. If they want results because they have legitimate concerns or would like to prevent, okay, premature aging or whatever it is that their skin concern is, okay, then they need to be using home care. Okay? Our basic majority skin types. Okay? If I draw my little client's face on the board, okay, this is my client's face. I'm going to divide her face up into 5 zones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. what is my client's majority? Is it oil in 5 zones? Is it dehydration in 5 zones? Is it pigmentation? Sorry, pigmentation is not skin type. Is it acne? Is it oil? What is it that my client has? And then what does my client care about? Not, oh, my client's got comedones, I want to get them out. If your client's concerned with dehydration, that is the focus, okay? But you can then make sure that you're targeting both with home care and in service. Yeah, makes sense? It's a package deal. So you are actually giving yourself or giving your client only half the job or half the service if you're not doing a decent skin analysis and if you're not doing product recommendations at the end. Even if their skin is beautiful and balanced and they don't have any concerns. Prevention is better than cure. Okay, so there's always something that we can be looking at in terms of enhancing our client's skin. And if they don't get it from you, they'll go home and Dr. Google it and find someone who can purchase it for them online. Okay, so basic, majority, skin types. Okay, so PDR, permanent diffuse redness. So redness, sensitivity, broken capillaries, flushed cheeks, okay, fine, crepey, delicate, okay, that is your PDR skin types. So if I see that, and let's face it, we live in Australia, majority of us are dehydrated, so we're in this category, okay. A little subsection is sensitive and dehydration in a nutshell. Okay, what's another key one that we have? Oily. Okay, so our oily, acneic skin. Okay, so this can be someone that is severe oily. It can be someone that has comedones in 3 zones. Okay, it can have breakouts on the jawline, but it has to be the majority. Yeah.
What's a PDR? Sorry.
So permanent diffused redness. Yeah. So oily can be, I'll just put here acne, it could be congestion, okay, it may also be a combination skin type, okay, so it may have a bit of oil but also be a little bit dehydrated, okay. Now, our more mature skins, okay, so they're lacking oil, so the complete opposite, okay, is called our lipid dry. Yeah, so mature. Yeah, so our lipid dry. Now you can have a lipid dry skin and be a young age bracket. Okay, you don't have to be, same as you can have an adult acne. I personally have adult acne. Okay, I had acne my whole entire life, and now even though I'm 40, I still have adult acne at times. Okay, my lipid dry is lacking oil. Okay, so lacking oil. Okay, well, lacking oil, mature, okay, maybe hyperkeratinized, thickened, it's lacking that nourishment, okay, lipid, so oil dry, there is no oil dry. You need to know the difference between lipid, okay, and then hydration, very different. Water and oil, they're 2 different things, yeah, and then the other one that we use is our balanced, okay. So they don't have any major concerns, so they don't have any of these in a major abundance. So there's not one area that's stronger than the other, okay? It was also known as normal. What's normal? Who wants to classify normal? Okay, hence the reason we just call it balanced. I will write normal, but it's not my terminology I like to use. Okay, so someone that basically is balanced within the zones. Okay, so your basic majority skin type. Now, the things that we see out in industry and the things that you will target for home care is based on these categories. Okay, home care, basic majority skin type. So when I come to you and we do a skin analysis, what is your client's basic majority skin type? What are their cleansers? What are their exfoliants? What are their moisturizers? What are the key things that your client would need to be using at home to maintain whatever it is you are doing in salon? Yeah, make sense? Okay, basic. That's all it is, basic majority skin type. Your skin conditions. Other things that we work on in salon in more depth. You use your electrical modalities, okay? You use your heavier glycolics and acids and peels and scrubs and masks and all the things that you can't purchase for a reason online, okay? You need to be able to come in and have someone say, this is what your skin type is. This is what your skin condition is based on what they have told you. So generally the skin condition is what they are concerned with. You may have 2. You may have 3. 1 week you may have none. Next week they may be on their cycle and they may have 5. Okay? It'll be what you are then planning to do for your client. Now, I know some of you love cleaning, but who wants to be a cleaning therapist? No. You want to be a busy therapist, which means you then want to rebook your client in. So you're going to look at their basic majority skin type, you're going to look at their skin conditions, and then you are going to organize a treatment plan according to their skin type that will allow them to get the best benefits. It's not selling. It is what will allow your client to get it. Because again, 1 service is great, but 2's better, 3's even better again. Okay, and it may be every 6 months because that's what their budget allows. Maybe once a year because that's what their budget allows, and maybe once a week. You have a due diligence and a duty of care to at least give your client that information, especially if they have a skin condition. Okay, so everyone's good with the basic majority of skin types, yes? Okay, learn them. You should know them off the back of your head by now.
Can you get a balanced skin and then get combination?
You can get a balanced skin and then have a skin condition of having like an oily or congestion and those sort of things. But generally you will be in one of those.
Okay.
Yeah? All right. So we have that. Now we have our skin conditions. So your in-salon treatments or your serums, okay? Your specific priority hero products that will allow your client to get the change that would need to be in their skin for that constant cell turnover for them to get the results. Yeah? All right. So our skin conditions. Throw out at me what are some skin conditions that acne. Okay? All right, acne. What else? Rosacea. Yeah. Hey? Dehydration. Yeah. Yeah. Pigmentation. Hyper or hypo?
Hyper.
Both?
Yeah.
Yeah. What else have we got? We can break some of these up into different scarring.
Yes, scarring.
Yep. So we've got pigmentation, you've got hyper. So dark spots. You've got hypo. Okay. Dehydration, it may be also the dark circles around their eyes. Okay. So dehydration, you could also look at, I won't go into that. You could look at distress. Okay. Rosacea. Break that down. Sensitivity. Is there a difference between sensitivity and sensitized?
Yes.
Good.
Sensitized.
Something that we would see within rosacea, redness. What happens when our capillaries burst?
Redness.
Yeah, redness,
Yeah.
broken capillaries, yeah? So broken caps.
And then dermal therapy videos on Facebook
Yeah.
last night, and it was like it was tiny little lens like that, and she
Yeah.
just went over the capillary and pressed on it, and it
Burst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it disappeared.
Yeah, it's good.
It's
Burst, it's a
amazing.
blood vessel. So you can burst it. Yeah, or shrink it, depending. Okay, acne. What can we see with acne? We know that there's not just one grade of acne. So I'll just,
Forehead.
5 grades.
okay. So what do we see? Cystic? So what's cystic? The best or the worst?
The worst.
Yeah? Okay. What else? Comedones. Thank you for using the technical term. Comedones. What's a comedone if it's covered over by skin? Yeah? So pustules, that wasn't the one I was looking for, but that's all right. Starts with M. Milia. Thank you. If it's blind and I can't get it out, it's called starts with P as well, papule. Yeah?
Oh,
Papule. Okay. All right. So it's not just, okay, so hold on, let's just do this one. Scarring. We got one type of scarring. Keloid. Ice pick. Ice pick. Ice pick is like that, like a bead, like a deep one. Okay.
Oh,
Ice pit.
very deep scar.
Ice pit is like that. Okay, so it comes generally from your cystic ones. Okay, so you've got different types. So within these, this is where it's like, oh, I've got acne. What type of acne? Are you just a little bit shiny throughout the day? Are you using a cream cleanser when you have an oily acneic skin? Should you be using a gel cleanser? So when you're doing your skin analysis, basic majority skin type, what's my 5 zones? Okay, then can someone just close that door for me, please? Then you need to ask those extra questions. How much water are you taking? Do you take essential fatty acids? How stressed are you at the moment? And make it a conversation, okay? Don't hound your poor client, okay? They will just sit there going, this is the worst facial in the world, okay? What are the things that are happening within their life, and what are they putting on their skin that could be potentially leading to some of these things? Because they are skin conditions. Some of it comes from genetics, granted. If I've got an oily basic majority skin type, okay, but I can have a variety. Is it just hormonal? Is it the time of the month? Are you on the pill? Are you not on the pill or contraception? Okay. Are you premenopausal? Okay. Have you got hot flushes? Is rosacea in your family? Are you a FITS1? Are you from Ireland? Okay. Different things will relate to different circumstances. Okay. But these things can be repaired, or at least reduced and made to appear less visible, okay? Depending on, again, what's going on inside and what's going on the outside. Now, you guys are 6 months into your course. How's your stress levels going between a 1 and a 10? How's everyone feeling? 8? Tiana's chill. Okay? We get stressed. Do you then stress about your stress?
Yeah.
Yeah? What happens when you stress about your stress?
More stress.
You get more stressed. Okay? If we're stressed, where's all our blood flow going?
My brain.
To your brain. Yeah? It's not going to your heart, it's going to your brain. Okay? If everything's going to your brain, where's all your water going?
Brain.
To your brain. What's happening to your cells?
Dying.
They're shriveling up. Okay? It is a heart, a head, okay, and a gut.
More.
They all three work together. So what you're putting in feeds your cells at both a skin level and at a body level. All your body is made up of cells, trillions and trillions and trillions of cells. So if you're not feeding your gut the right thing, you're not feeding your skin the right thing, you're not feeding your brain the right thing, it all works together. So if things are feeling a little bit, we need to take a step back. And these are things that your clients will appreciate. Now, again, I'm not saying bombard them with all of this on day one of a facial when you've got 15 minutes. The poor client will walk out with their brain exploding. But you build a rapport with your client, you do a skin analysis, you find out their basic majority skin type, you find out their concerns and figure out to what level or what degree is that and how much you could potentially help them based on what products you've got and what services you are able to offer. And you may not. You may need to on-refer, and that's fine, okay? But you need to be honest with them and figure out what's going on.
Okay.
From there, as you build the rapport, because you are being genuine and you are using your knowledge, the aim would be that they would rebook, which then gives you a chance to then build up on that knowledge. You then go into more essential fatty acids. You then go into more, do you have boiling hot showers? Yet you have really sensitive skin. Okay, it is all about building up and giving them that knowledge. Then what you'll find is they'll then want to come back because they know that you're being genuine. They know that you actually know what you're talking about. And if you don't know something, let me find out for you. I'll double check on that one. Okay, don't give them false information just because you want a sale. Okay, and if you're working somewhere where you feel like you have to sell, then you're not working in the right place for you. Okay. So with your skin conditions, the one thing I just want to touch on, because I know that we talked about it before, a sensitized skin. So we talked about the barrier, right? One of the biggest things that we have at the moment in the industry, and it's been around for a long time, but it's now got more of a name, okay, is a barrier impairment. That is people going onto the internet or going into any of the 50 million shops around and buying harsh chemicals, alcohols, glycolics, lactic acids with high percentages, retinols, vitamin A's, using them at the daytime, not at night, not wearing SPFs, and stripping this barrier off the skin and exposing it to anything. Now, if you don't have a barrier on your skin, okay, we are open to infections. We are open to germs. We are open to bacteria. Now, if our skin thinks that something's happened to it, what cells start to come? Our little Langerhans cells, our little Pac-Mans. So they come back into it and they start to obviously, hopefully, eat up the bacteria. But if someone's still putting stuff on their skin that is removing their barrier and their microbiome, so their body's natural ability to repair itself or to protect itself, if I've got Langerhans cells, which are my immune system is now engaged. I then have more lymphatics. I then have blood cells. I then have inflammation. I have redness. I have sensitized skin.
So how can you find the sensitized and sensitivity together? Like how
sensitivity comes from something that's like more genetics,
yes.
So more Fitzpatrick level and where they're up to. Okay, sensitized is what are they using on their skin,
and skin.
Yes, and what are they doing to their skin that is potentially stripping that oil and water, and you will see it. They are reactive. They are red. You could use the softest, most calm water gel on their skin and they will flare up. You could do the lightest cleanse. And I'm not talking a bit of flush because we want a bit of redness when you cleanse because it means that you're increasing blood flow. That's good. You don't want super reactive red, hot to the touch. Anything with severe heat means that it's inflammation. It means that it's bringing more blood because it feels like it's under attack. Okay? So it's damaged. It's sensitized. So someone that comes and says, I can't put anything on my skin. My skin's really sensitive. Ask the question, have you always been sensitive? If the answer is no, then there's a high possibility they've done or are doing something on their skin that is allowing that barrier to be broken, which means that they're not protecting it. Or are they not taking essential fatty acids? Is there no protection mechanism somewhere on their skin? And that is the fun part and the most painful part about skin impairment or barrier impairment is what is the cause? And you've got to have the fun job of trying to figure that out because each person is different.
And then you can repair it again.
Yeah, so you can build up to your essential fatty acids. You remember when I went through and there was gave you the list of how much EFAs you should be taking each day depending on your skin type? I'll find that one again anyway. Like 800 micro units or international units of essential fatty acids we need to be taking each day to repair this. So an oily acneic skin is lacking in that oil as well. So it means they need even more. Okay. But it's all about asking those questions, breaking it down, going back to your basic knowledge of the skin and why is that happening. If it's not a genetic thing from sensitivity, then you're going to assume until you do more research into the client's diet and everything and their products, then it is a sensitized skin. Yeah? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah? All right. I think that's enough for that one because it's a lot.